Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. My name is Chris, the High Guy Jacobs, and today we're taking a look at a topic that has been fairly requested on the channel, fairly requested across the community, and very, very simple. It seems like some people are still struggling with our little friend, the Antipede. So before we go deeper into this, let's actually talk a little bit about it. Now, the Antipede we're going to have starting here in just a couple of minutes, so we'll actually go through it and play the event, so you'll see some actual real-time strategy. But in reality, we just got to think a little bit of what are we trying to do? We're killing a big bug. Now, this bug doesn't count as a zombie, so your zombie hunting creature, your heroes won't help. But this is a rally, so your rally heroes help, and your damaged heroes help. So you never want to lead with things like Peggy. You never want to lead with things like Jaden. You really want to put your best set on a rally hero and send your best damaging heroes. And we're going to show you the numbers that we get. So I've put my best set on Stella, and I'm going to run it with Bodala first, and then I'm going to run it with Boyd. And we're going to see what comes out in better stats. Okay, so we'll run with Bodala, and then we'll run one with Boyd. And if I can start a third, we'll start a third with Eileen and see how the damage goes. But we're going to lead with Stella because Stella does best in rallies. That's where she gets the most of her stuff from. And obviously, we're going to pair her with one of these other heavy damaging dealers. Probably, well, like I said, we'll do Bodala, we'll do Boyd, and we'll do Eileen and see which one is more damaging from there. But the concept is very simple. You're going to equip your strongest heroes. You're going to set your strongest heroes. You're going to restrict your rallies, and you're going to join the strongest players in your team's rallies. They're going to join their rallies instead. Okay? And from there, you're just going to let the timer run out. Now, in GROP, we end up clearing the bug fairly quickly. I think my max is almost 400 million points, doing this, at the absolute best that I can. But you don't need that. You only need 83.5 million points from the beginning, so that's all we're really focusing on. All right, 83.5 million, which we'll simply get probably within the first wave. Shouldn't be too much of a problem. And like I said, put your max armaments on your main rally hero, and then pair it with another damage-dealing one. You don't want to see Rygaros. You don't want to see Biancas. You don't want to see any of those buffing things. You don't give a crap about that. You literally just give a crap about damage, okay? So we're going to click Rally. We're going to go over here. We'll start with Bodala. We're going to restrict that to infantry, and we're going to click March, okay? From there, we're going to go over here. We're going to join what looks like a ranged rally. We're going to go over here and find a rider rally. Let's see if we can join a rider rally. And then, because mostly what I have left is infantry, we want to join as many infantry specific. And I always suggest going for the specific rallies or the specific marches. Okay, we want the specific, you always want to join a specific, like a restricted march, simply because the restricted marches will always do more damage. Okay? If you're sending ranged troops with riders, you're going to be dealing less damage. You'll be, getting less damage overall, and that's never good. Because entirely the goal of this is to deal as much damage as we can as fast as possible, and then collect from your caves. Now, people ask, what are the caves? How do you find them, and how do you get them? I'll show you how to do that as well. It's all pretty simple. Put your highest equipments, join your rallies that are specific, get your full marches out there, and fill up those rallies. And then just let the heroes and the armaments do its work. Okay? So we're going to wait for this rally to launch. It's going to take a couple of minutes here. Not a problem. Let everybody else go. Caves will appear in 6 minutes. This is only a 30-minute event, so it's not really like it's a long one. But once we start to get it out, you'll start to see what I'm talking about. I do hate this part, though. The waiting for rallies. It's still going to take 2 minutes for them to go. All right, rallies are starting to head out there. Let's see what we've got. So we've got Stella out here. Martin, not a good choice. Martin doesn't do anything. Lots of Sophies, really good picks. Some Miyamotos and Eileen's, really good picks. Right? A lot of damage dealing ones. That's what we're looking for. This Martin one, not a great one. Elena, good pick. Chasey Rubina isn't bad. Lynn, very nice. Sophie Ethan, really nice. A Dut, that's pretty good. High damage, high damage. That's really what you want. And then this is it. You're just going to let the timer run out, and we're going to go down. As we've seen already, as we've just started, we're already 5 million, 6.8 million points in. And we've literally just started. Already cracking 8 million, a tenth of the way there. And then seriously, you're just going to join the strong marches of the players. You're just going to join strong players who are sending restricted rallies. Now, I'm never the type of person who shoots for the top because at the end of the day, I'm not a top player, so it doesn't matter. And I'm an infantry, so I'm already at a disadvantage. But we'll see the damage numbers as they come in. We'll take a look at the reports, and we'll show you that you can still deal significant damage with infantry following with the right heroes. Okay, so we'll do this in steps. But look, we're already a quarter of the way there, right? 20 million, 21 million points, and we haven't even gotten to first caves yet. Now, you can always go to optimize low so it's not so laggy. Gives you a little bit easier to kind of focus on stuff. But remember, our goal is not to crush 100 million points. Nobody cares about that. You only care about is 83.5 million. Once you get 83.5 million points, you got the max rewards. The rest is irrelevant. Antipede is already almost half done. And again, we're not even at our first wave of caves yet. And there's 3 waves of caves, so. Look at that, half done. And half at points too, almost. Look at that, over half the points already, and we haven't even done first caves yet. So it's really, really simple. You send out your strongest march, right? Your strongest armament set on your strongest damage dealing hero. Okay, on your strongest damage dealing hero set. Okay, and that's it. And then join the top marches from your alliance, right? You want to join restricted marches, set restricted marches, right? Make sure that you're in focused marches. And then that's it. It's really, really simple from there. Now, here's a trick for caves, because caves are coming up in about 25 seconds. And people are always like, well, how do you find caves? How come I can never get to them? I can never get to them fast enough. I'm going to give you a really simple trick. You ready for this? So you see how these are blue, right? You go from here, you scroll out a little bit, you can see them now, they're blue. Okay, so they're coming up in 8 seconds. So we're going to scroll out a little bit till we see, just till we see the blue stuff. Ready? Ready? Now you see them pop up. They popped up over here. So we're going to send one over here. We're going to send one up here. And then now that this one is down here, we're going to resend that second march, that second squad that's already down there and see if we can't get into that one too. And that's how you get caves. And we got 3 caves. Got a frag out of it. But you literally scroll out till you can see them, and then you'll see them pop up on the map. They'll go bunk, bunk, bunk. You'll see them pop up on the map, and you'll know where to go first. But that's it. And now we look at Antipede. We've gone through 1 cave, first rally. We've almost got our points in the first rally, and guess what? The Antipede is dead already. So 1 rally is all we needed. Now, what you can do, once you get all your 83.5 million points, what you can do is very simple. Okay, what you're going to do is send your rallies with 1 troop in them. This way, more people can join your rallies, especially if you're the top player in the team. More of your people can join your rallies, giving more people points. So you can do that as well if you want to be. We don't need to because we end up with almost everybody getting max rewards anyways. Right? We're already over max rewards and we're already only on our first round of rallies. And even if we look throughout the rankings here, you can see how many are already at their right. We've already got 10 people, 11 people, 12 people who are already over out of 30. Photo Farm might not get his. Some of these guys at the bottom might not get theirs, but they're also farm accounts. Right? So all of the mains are going to get it. And that's all that really matters. Right? We haven't even done first round of rallies yet, and we're already at over almost 100 million points. Look at that. First rounds are going down. So we're going to send a second one, and instead of Boyd this time, we're going to send it with, instead of Bodala, we're going to send it with Boyd and see if it does more. Okay? So we're going to send that, restrict it to rally, and then we're going to go. And let's add this one, because it's arranged. Let's find a rider. Oh, let's join some of these ones. Let's join these other ones here first. We can join this one as well, because I got another rally for infantry. And let's see if we can find a biker one. Let's see if we can find a biker. We can just still wait for a biker one. Flash will have a biker one. See? You can just wait for a biker one. And I've already used up all, so I can just send a random squad. Doesn't matter. But look, we're already at 98 million points. We've got more than we needed in our first one. And now we go look at these reports and let's see how well our Stella did. Okay, let's go actually see how well our Stella did in comparison. So, Kama, 24 million. Kaiser, 16 million. 27 million. 17 million out of my Stella. Okay, as an infantry, that's not actually bad. Right? He sent his as well. Kaiser sent his infantry as well. Kama's a rider. This one was arranged. So 17's not actually bad. I think my highest that I've sent is a little bit higher. So after this one, if this one doesn't do as well, I'm going to switch up armaments a little bit. And I mean, depending, because this one might actually switch things because of Bodala versus Boyd. Boyd does a lot more damage, which is going to be important to see. But that's literally it. We're already, what, a third of the way through? We got caves appearing in 4 minutes. We're already into our second round of rallies. And at this point, we're just running the clock out. Very, very simple. Okay? Very, very simple. Yeah, very, very simple. And again, we're just watching these points stack up. We're already over 100 million now. We're already over our mains. We're already over our goal. And now we're just padding numbers, right? Padding numbers and waiting for caves. And again, I'll show you again how to do caves in a minute here. So again, it's pretty simple. The whole event is pretty simple, but should be no reason why almost any player, like I'll give you a prime example, right? Let's look at people here that have already cleared 83.5 million. Let's look at Photo, for example. She's already got 100 million. She's only 135 million might. So she's not getting that by herself. She's getting that by supporting on the people that are doing better, that are hitting harder and doing more. You look at Mims, 124 million. Top 4, 123 million. Right? She's focused, but it's not like she's the top of the line. Right? You look at Remus compared to Fire Medic. I mean, Fire Medic is our strongest. He's almost 300 million might. Well, why is he only 138 million by comparison? Because at the end of the day, it has nothing to do with that. This is not a good metric of might. It's really just how do we get as many players above 83.5 million by the end of it as possible. 3 seconds on caves. Scroll out and watch. Boop. They just popped up. You saw that? So we got one there. Oh, they're all 3 here. Look at that. And I can do that all 3 caves with 1 explorer. That was good. Oh, look at that. I got another frag. Sweet. 2 frags. Take them. Sorry. Look at that. Top 20. Already above 85.5. And we're not even, we still have a whole other rally set to go. Out of how? 33 total. Let's see how many we can get above 83.5. Almost at 22 already. One more round of caves coming up in 5 minutes. That's about it. I do want to see the report on this one, though. Look at this, over 200 million. Haven't even really been doing much. Top 20 over 100 million. Can't really complain at this point. One more rage is going to clear this all out. Now, I want to see this one before I send it out. I want to see what we did here. 20 million. So we did better on this one than we did before. So we're going to send that same one out again. We're going to send that out with Boyd. Restricted to infantry. March that shiznit. Join here with arranged troops in march. Look for a rider when it pops up. Send some infantry. Send one to Kaiser. Send one to Kraloo. And then send a rider one when a rider one comes up. Yeah, just wait for a rider one. We're in no rush, guys. Right? We're in no rush. We've already got all of our troops. We've already got all of our everything. We're really just looking for that last. Flashy's got his up there, and that's going to be a rider one, so I can join that one. And then that's it. And then we just kind of rock and roll it that way. Right? You put your best set on your main hero. Run your rallies. Restrict your rallies. Join the right ones. And let it run. This will be the last rally that we'll have to for the event. We're already 21 minutes in. Caves will be showing up with 2.5 minutes. And then that'll be it. It's pretty simple. I think that's probably why people, like, I don't understand why people seem to have such a problem with this. Because, like I said, we're at a point where we're already 23, right? And we should be able to get, like, Socks should get up there, Carry Beast should get up there, Kama should get up there. So we should have all the main players hitting above that minimum every single time. But one thing that you won't see a lot of is people running or leading with non-damaging heroes. Right? Like, you'll see Peggy here, but Peggy's not leading, so that's fine. Doesn't matter what the other ones are leading with. You'll see Jaden there, but that's fine. That's not what Jaden is leading with. You know what I'm saying? But 9 times out of 10, you're going to see the leading heroes being your damage leading heroes and being backed by another damaging hero. Don't use your zombie stuff. Don't do any of that kind of stuff. You can also do something like you can also scout a place, right, for the extra battle or the battle fever buff. You can add other buffs from your bag, right? You can do your attack buff if you wanted. You could do this one here for your basic squad expansion if you wanted, right, to give you more points. You're welcome to do all that kind of stuff if you really need to stack. But for the most part, as long as you just have an active alliance, you should be able to get, you know, over your 83.5 million pretty easy. Now, you could say, oh, but hi, guy, your alliance is 10 billion. You're right. You're right. But if I can be honest with you, it's a lot less than that because these are all non-players, right? These are all non-players. And most of these are farms and alternatives. They're farms and alts. So in reality, we only have about 6 billion, mate. And, you know, there's a lot of alliances around 6 billion. So yeah, don't get me wrong, we're not weak by any stretch, but it's not like we're SSI, right? Now, caves are appearing in 20 seconds, so we're going to prep again. I like to do it around 10 seconds, so you got some leeway, right? So 10 seconds, scroll out. Scroll out just until you start to see the blue on the shield or on the shelters. And then bloop. You see them pop up. You see one pop up over here. We see one pop up over here. And we see one pop up down here. So that one popped up a little bit farther than normal, but we still see them pop up. So zoom out until you get to blue. Then you'll see them actually pop up and populate. And what do we get there? Another frag! Yeah, baby! Woo! That's why I didn't get the Mart skin or the Shelter skin. Right? And then we zoom in and the Antipede is done in 5 minutes. Well, guess what? We won't even get another rally by then. So this will be the last rally. Which is totally fine. Doesn't matter. We don't give a crap. We're already past our damage. And then if we look at everybody else, as long as we're getting people over the 83.5 million is all we really care about. How far are we down? Look, Asylum's over there. We're really just at the last here a little bit. Alot just logged on, so that'll be late. Even less just logged on, so that'll be late. Then we got 4 minutes. But that's it, guys. That's how you do it. Your points, 242. Super, super simple. Without very much struggle. You put your best armaments on your best damage-dealing hero. And I literally mean your highest damage-dealing hero. If you're a range, for example, you're going to go Sophie. You're going to go Lynn, probably. You're going to go Ethan, probably. Something like that. Sophie, Ethan, Sophie, Lynn, Sophie, Spectra, Sophie, Cedric, if you have a Cedric or something like that. You're just going to go with your hardest hitting one. If you're a rider, you're going to go probably something like Elena. Like, Elena's probably going to be your best bet because she's got one of the hardest hitting ults, or hardest hitting ones for a flank target, and your Antipede is already flanked. So Elena is probably going to be in there. You might want to have, like, Rubina as well. So Rubina, Elena might be a good one for damage. For infantry, you know, Stella Boyd, Boyd Eileen, a Dut Eileen, a Dut Miyamoto, Eileen Miyamoto, anything like that, right? Any of those damage-dealing ones will be good. But you never want to send Martins, you never want to send Peggy's or Jaden's or any of that kind of stuff, because the Antipede doesn't count as a zombie. So don't worry about that. Okay? And again, it's good if you can set score limits and things like that, but again, all you're looking to focus on is 83.5 million. So once you get to 83.5 million, the rest is moot. The rest is moot. Two minutes left on the clock. 288 million. How close are we to the rest? 89. Carrie's coming up there. Commander Cat is already up there. Kama should get there. Six should get there. Even less might even get there. Like, that's, I mean, it becomes a very easy way for you to get. And don't get me wrong, I'm at a point where the stuff doesn't matter to me, because all my stuff is red, so I don't even care about the carbon steel, right? I don't even care about this stuff. I'm not here for the carbon steel. That's not what it is. And I'm not here for the park frags. That's for sure not the case. However, and you'll see here in a minute, there is one thing that I am after every single week. Okay? There's really only one thing in this whole entire thing that I'm after every single week. $56 seconds left and you'll see. And again, there's no sense in joining any of your rallies. At the end of the day, we've already completed it, and there's only 20 seconds left. But we do get, how much do we get on the last one? 25 million. Look at that. 25 million plus 5. So 30 million damage. And that's on our infantry. So, you know, I can't complain about that. You know what I'm saying? I just cannot complain. All right. Antipede is done. Now we just wait for rewards. And I'll show you what we do all of that for. Because as sure as shit isn't all this. This is irrelevant. But we do it for this. This right here is why we do it. Yes, the experience is good too, but these training speed ups, that's your real moneymaker right there, your training speed ups. And yeah, sure you get 500 gems and stuff like that, but park frags are irrelevant too. But you want those speed ups, man. 17 4-hour speed ups. I mean, it's only like 3.5 days, but that's not the point. 17. Wait, hold on. 17 times 4. 40. 68. Yeah, almost 3 days of speed ups. 2.5 days of speed ups. But that's going to wrap it up for this video, guys. That's going to give you a total breakdown on how to do the Antipede and how to score the best you can and guarantee that you're going to get those max rewards every time. So if you like what we did here, smash the like button. Comment down below what you normally get during this and if this is going to help you. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel and fill out the notification bell so you get notified when we drop new content. Share the channel with your friends, and if you can, click that join button and become a member. Join the community of DLS, the highest community members in DLS today. But other than that, folks, thanks very much for tuning in. Love, peace, chicken grease, and until next time, stay lifted. 3, 2,